Hello everyone, I am Dr. Reshma KJ, Assistant Professor from School of Business Management, Christ, deemed to be University. Welcome to the course on Applied Research from Hypothesis to Structural Equational Modeling.
Hello all, welcome to the session on Formative Measurement Model. Today we will be running a hands-on session on Formative Measurement Model. As we discussed in a previous session, we have three steps in the Formative Measurement Model. The first one is the convergent validity or the redundancy analysis. Next we have collinearity issue, and the third one is the significance and relevance of formative indicator. Moving on to the first type, that is convergent validity. Here in convergent validity, we are going to run the redundancy analysis. Here we have taken an example of corporate social responsibility construct with all its indicator, which is connected to the global item of corporate social responsibility. Now here, in order to check the redundancy analysis, we go for calculating PLS algorithm. Then we run start calculation. Here you can see the values. If the correlation is greater than 0.7, which states that there is a strong convergent validity. Suppose if the value is lesser than 0.7, which indicates there is a weaker convergent validity. Once we have looked into the convergent validity, the next step is we go for checking the collinearity issue. So in order to run a collinearity check, we have taken the entire model here. Now here we can see that we are having 4 formative constructs, whereas the remaining are the reflective construct. In the formative construct, you can see that the indicators are pointing its arrow towards the construct, whereas in case of reflective, it is going outside the construct. Now here, in order to check the collinearity issue, first we go to calculate, run a PLS algorithm, then start calculation. Once the calculation is over, we are going to check the collinearity statistics VIF value. I hope you all remember that there is a flowchart that was shown to you all that how we have to run this collinearity issue. Now here, if you go to the collinearity statistics, we can see the values, VIF values are in green color, which says that there is no collinearity issue because it is within the threshold value of 3. If it is greater than 5, that means that there is a high collinearity issue. Once we go for checking the collinearity issues and we understand that there is no collinearity, the next step is we go for calculating the outer loadings, that is by running the bootstrapping. Once you run a bootstrap, the subsample we will be keeping it as 5000. The amount of results, let's take it as complete right now. And confidence interval method, we are taking it as a bias corrected and accelerated method. And the test type is one-tailed, and we have retained the significance as 0.05. Let's go for calculating the same. Now it might take few seconds in order to run the bootstrap. Once the bootstrapping is run, we are going to check the outer weights. Now in the outer weights, you can see that each of the constructs are given here with that of its indicator. Now when you are going to run this bootstrapping, we are trying to see the p-value. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then there is no issue. But if it is greater than 0.05, here we are going to decide whether we should retain that indicator or not. If it is greater than 0.05, you can see it's highlighted in red. In such case, what do? We go for looking into the outer loadings. So now which are those indicators we have to look? That is CSOR1 and CSOR2, for example. Let's go to outer loading. CSOR1 and 2 we are going to consider. We are going to check the original sample. We are trying to see if the value is greater than 0.5. If it is greater than 0.5, then again there is no issue, you are going to retain it. Suppose let's take an example, this value was lesser than 0.5. In such case, what do? We go for checking the p-value. And if the p-value is statistically significant, again you are going to retain it. But in case if it is not statistically significant, then we should go for removing that particular variable. Let's see. This is all about your formative measurement model. In the next session, we will also have a discussion about structural model.
Thank you and see you all in the next session.